You can almost smell those fresh ground beans. Airfield Espresso at Harvey Field has been serving delicious cups of gourmet happiness for over 25 years. Excellent service and lasting relationships is their top priority. Stop in and experience the kindness and joy that exude from this special place, one cup at a time.
The color guard is commanded by Cadet First Sergeant Kate Bird, Cadet Sergeant Rod Mayes, Cadet Staff Sergeant Casey Cornati, and Cadet Lance Corporal Isabella Saunders. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. It's time for the Stohs.
And welcome to Veterans Memorial Stadium here in beautiful metropolitan Snohomish, Washington, for some STSPN high school football under the lights on a Friday night. I'm Amp Harrell, and apparently I did a decent enough job that they decided to invite me back. Joined, of course, by the man in charge. That would be Mr. Todd.
That is me.
Trying to not ask your name on the air as I'm scrolling through. Todd Elvig. There we go.
Well, we don't want to make too public of that. We get hate mail then when something goes wrong.
Well, if you get hate mail, it means you're doing something right. You're motivating people. That's what they told me anyway in broadcasting school. Big matchup tonight. The Snohomish Panthers in action defending the home turf here against Edmonds-Woodway. And this is going to be a very important matchup for the Panthers. Woodway coming in 0-2, Mr. Todd.
And the two teams they played?
Well, one of them is out of Puyallup. It was a last-second addition to the schedule, as I stall to try and get it pulled up here. That would be Emerald Ridge. That was Edmonds Stadium. I'm looking at the West Coast site, and it said home is 212th Street Southwest in Edmonds. I was like, that's not Puyallup. That's not Puyallup at all. They also lost to Arlington and their high-powered offense this season.
Well, I'm looking at that number 68 out there. What is that guy, like 6'10"?
68 would be Lane Watkins, 6'5", 230.
Wow.
That is what we would call some beef as we have the coin toss here. Snohomish, the home team, in the all red with the mercifully white numbers. Snohomish wins the toss and they will defer. Edmonds-Woodway, the Warriors, in the all white with the green trimmed in white and either green or dark blue.
It's a kind of a...
Oh, it's a purple, isn't it?
No, well, no, the purple's in their logo, but this is kind of a bluish green.
Sure, we'll go with that. Anyway, Edmonds-Woodway will receive the opening kick, and these boys are fired up to play some football. And frankly, I'm fired up to bring it to you. STSPN, the home for this. You can watch on YouTube later. You can also watch live on Twitter, if I understand correctly.
That is correct.
And this is a big-time game for Snohomish. They tried and fought and scratched and bit, I suppose, in the Dick Armstrong Cup, but came up a little bit short, able to clean some things up the next week. But now you got to take care of home court, or home field, I guess. Wrong sport. We'll get to that. It does kind of feel like basketball weather out there, doesn't it?
It does. I think that we're getting kind of ready for that to get inside. But, we're inside, so that's good.
Yeah, that's very solid. The weather will be a factor. Speaking of that, the conditions. Supposed to be very, very windy tonight. It was pretty breezy going across the trestle today, or tonight.
Well, I can see the flag over there, and it's getting out there.
Won't call it starched, but certainly batted about by the breeze. Let's see if that affects the kicking game. No rain at the moment as it is teed up, and we are underway from Veterans Memorial Stadium. Taken at the 15 to the 20, ducks his head, bounces to the outside. What a return. Trey Smith, the senior running back. We were talking last night, if you joined us for the Glacier Peak contest, about size and strength. That was size and speed. $135. 5'6", $135.
Well, that Woodinville team had that little guy that was just squirting around in the background, and wow, you had to kind of put a guy just directly on him.
Lining him up for the Warriors of Edmonds-Woodway. Up front, left to right, Reed Burmaster, Evan Gibbs, Nick Arico over the football, Riley Johnson, and Maddox Steffen. The quarterback is Alec Rust, and he is mobile. From the pistol, snap and a give. First man through, big hole up the left side. He'll gain about 2 or 3. That is Jake Ingram getting the start over Ryan Fahey. Big hole ripped open, and a nice play by the center. It was a one-man double team. I know that doesn't make sense, but if you watch the replay, it did. Defensive line for your Snohomish Panthers, Ryder Elton. Talk about beef. 2nd and 6 from the 37. They gave him progress of 4. Snap give out of the ace set, and he will crash right side. Sea of red to take him down, but he falls forward, and that's going to bring up a 3rd and about 2.
Looks like they're trying to establish the run right out of the gate.
Which is honestly a really good strategy based on the limited football I've seen this season, and quite frankly, it's a novel concept in 2021. A lot of 4 verts, and let's go.
I saw where O'Day's playing Lake Stevens tonight, and I saw where they came out scored first with a field goal, and I had to tweet back and say, hey, what a novel idea.
Hey, get 3 instead of getting 7 or none? Huh. Pistol, 3rd and 2 from the 42. Snap give, tripped up, but he'll get the first down easily out across the 44. And Woodway doing quite well moving the football. And that was another big run by Jake Ingram. Running backs and split ends aplenty for this Woodway squad. Major Gradwall, Jacob Sanchez. Running backs are Ingram and Trey Smith. I'll set some players to watch for Snohomish in a bit. High snap, gets it down, give and hit immediately. New running back in there, Ryan Fahey. And he is stopped for no gain. Big tackle by, did not get the number. I'll see it on the replay, potentially. Woodway taking plenty of time to think this one over. And filling a hole, I'm going to give that one to 40. That is Braden Ulrich, the all-everything versatile two-way player. Pistol again, Ginch back left. Snap and a give. No pass plays yet. That one swims left side. And a rugby scrum. That's again Ryan Fahey. 5'11", 225, and a senior.
Initial hit by number 11, Gavin Maynard.
Gavin Maynard among those on the stop. Going to be a lot of half tackles in the stat line for this one. 3rd and 5 from just shy of midfield for the Warriors. Panther defense needs to dig in. 9:07 to go. When you run the ball, the clock just bleeds. 2-by-1 set with a slot as well. 3rd down and 5. Motion comes across. They'll fake the end around. Straight drop. Looking. Has a man on the outside. Incomplete. Defended well by Gavin Maynard. And that'll bring up a punt most likely, unless they want to be the Riverboat Gambler here, 1 yard shy of midfield.
Yeah, I don't see that happening.
Agreed. They're going to have a nice long discussion about it, though. 4th down and 5. Up front for the Panthers, among others. That's Oscar Adams up there. And Peyton Clark. No, they are showing they're going to go for it. 8:49 to go. Clock stopped on the incompletion. First quarter, no score. Hard count. Hard count again. He'll look to the sidelines.
He's going to kick it.
Rust gets it high, gives it to his tailback, and he gets clobbered. Nothing there.
I wouldn't have called that at all.
Well, when he had the high snap, there wasn't a whole lot he could do about a quick kick either.
That's probably correct. We just got a tweet in from one of Snohomish's big-time stars' mother, Stitch. They had a couple of boys come through, and boy, they were all really fast, and they were all that, actually, and they're sitting there watching from home.
Love it.
I said, send them on down here. You could do color.
Hey, I'm not going to be mad about that. From the 48. Snap and a give. Hit immediately and put down. I think that was Vandergrind. And no gain. And that might even be generous. Yeah, they're going to say he lost about 2. Wow.
That Vandergrind kid, let me just tell you what, he is all that. So for them to get him in the backfield, that is amazing.
Kaiden Gaffney out to the near side. He'll move in tighter. Rocket sweep motion. Play fake. Now they'll dump it off on the rocket screen, perhaps. Haven't seen that one before. Mason Orgill with the catch. Get some of that penalty yardage, or not penalty yardage, the negative yardage back.
Brings up 3rd down and 9 from the 47.
In the area for the stop, Stephen Warren Jr. Back over the ball quickly, the Panthers on a 3rd and 9, but whistles stop play. Timeout Edmonds-Woodway will take it as well. 7:53 to go, first quarter, no score. Warriors and Panthers on STSPN.
McDaniel's Do It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, they are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized do-it-best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
There you go.
And back here on STSPN, 3rd down and 9 for the Snohomish Panthers. Wyatt Doran will check in and set up wide to the far side. 2-by-2 from the hash mark right. No score early stages. Jet sweep motion, then a delay handoff. Vandergrind will get about 3 and nothing else. Brings up 4th down from positive territory.
That makes me think that they've been watching film on Vandergrind.
Vandergren and also on the line as well, because the big, physical, imposing Panther offensive line has not been able to impose its will very much. 44-yard line, 4th and 6 with 7:25 to go. They're going for it, and it is incomplete from Kyle Hammer, or excuse me, Cale Hammer. So 2 attempts on 4th down and 2 4-and-outs. Edmonds-Woodway will take over at the 44-yard line. Kind of a prize fight going on between these two clubs.
Well, this is a division game, so
I do love it when someone checks in that I don't have their number. I think I was looking at the wrong roster. Nope, still don't have the number. Manny Flores checks in for the Panthers. 1st and 10, right to left. Go the Warriors of Edmonds-Woodway. High snap. Rust gives that one off, and stumbling, rumbling, bumbling for a gain of about a yard, maybe. That was, again, Jake Ingram. Bend but not break for both sides. Sub will check in for the Warriors, Jacob Sanchez Arias. Under 7 to play in the first, no score. Amp and Todd just hanging out, watching some football.
you know, this is the life right here.
Oh, you don't have to tell me. I've been doing this for 20 years. Some people are crazy enough to pay me. Pistol set, one by 3 technically. Sprint pass, right side. Rust hesitates, cuts it up. Ball is loose. Ball is loose, and I think Snohomish has it. Blindside smack. I think Flores knocked it loose. And are they going to say, oh, they're going to say Woodway got back on it. And that is living dangerously. Oscar Adams will check in for the Panthers. Plenty of tradition for this squad, especially here at the Vet. 3rd down and 12 from the 42 as we drop under 6 to play in the first. Woodway with the pistol. Alec Rust back behind him, wing to the left side. Now jet sweep motion. They'll give on the jet. Bubbles it out right side. He's got a lane. No, it was a play fake. I bit the whole way and it was incomplete. That's what you call selling it well when the broadcaster doesn't see it.
Well, if the camera guy misses it too, you know, it's...
I'm willing to fall on the sword, though, because I sucked in. I watched the tailback block it up. But either way, it just fell noisily incomplete. 4th and 12 from the 42. Clock stop 5:37 in the first. Snap is clean. Punt is away. I'll call it serviceable. And it will roll dead about the 22. And so Snohomish will have another chance at this here in the first. 5:25 to go. Scoreless in this league tilt. Set your defense for the Warriors of Edmonds-Woodway. Up front, Riley Johnson, Treasure Jordan, and Evan Gibbs. Linebackers are Ingram, Fahey, Aaron Barraza, and John Morales as they run an unconventional 3-4-4 set. Corners are Trace Smith and Lito Martinez. Free is Major Gradwall, and strong safety Alec Rust, also the quarterback. Snap, give inside, hits the hole hard and falls forward for a gain of about 3.
Tell you what, if Vandergren gets loose through that secondary, it's all over.
He is a very much lauded player, and I can see why already, even on the short gains. 2nd and 7 from the 27. Snap and a give. Vandergren, no, it was a hide the eggs type of play. Vandergren will duck his head and get what he can.
Boy, watch this kid here on this replay here, if we've got enough time to do it. Look at him. Looks,
hesitates,
nope.
spins, hesitates again.
Looks, nope.
Cuts back, cuts again. He turns a loss or a no gain into a gain of, what, about 6?
Yeah.
3rd and 2 from the 31. Good pickup. Snap and a give again. Vandergren sticks his cleat in the ground and then gets planted right beside it. Nice recovery by the Woodway defense there. I think that may have been one of their running backs blowing the gap. He knew what to look for. Ingram on the stop.
Boy, you know, those guys just, the wooden, or the, I don't know why I keep doing that. I think it was left from last night.
Woodway versus Woodinville.
Yeah. Edmonds-Woodway, that defensive line just collapses right on the center, and it just is really amazing.
Punt formation. Cale Hammer back in punt formation. Don't expect a fake here from the 30. And he will put toe to leather and kick this one up into the lights. A high kick, some contact downfield. It will roll dead around the 50. Touched up by 45. That is Jude Lewis. I flipped my rosters so I'd stop looking at the wrong one and kept looking at the wrong one.
It always makes me nervous when I see them get close to the ball. I'm like, don't let it go, let it go, let it go.
Don't touch. Out over the football, 66, Brady Learman, 6'6", 295.
Woo.
That is who you want as a nose guard.
There's some groceries going out that.
Yeah, hopefully the delivery is not made in a Prius or a Mini. Toss crack right side, hit in the backfield and dropped. Nothing doing for the diminutive one, Ryan Fahey. Actually, check that. Fahey's not that small, 225. Loss of 3, 3:20 to go, first quarter. A defensive scrum between 0-2 Edmonds-Woodway and 1-1 Snohomish. Solid crowd here at Veterans Memorial Stadium, but I'd be shocked if there wasn't a solid crowd.
Yep, that's correct. It doesn't look like Edmonds-Woodway traveled well, but boy, I tell you what, there's a lot of Snohomish students.
Again, not shocked. Pistol set on 2nd and 13 from the 47. Woodway right to left on your television. Dropping, Rust, pressure comes, feels it, steps up, sacked. Dropped at about the 43-yard line. He stepped up, read everything, but it was an all-out blitz. Lot of red shirts, and I think that was 11 that grabbed on. It was. Gavin Maynard again. 3rd down and 16. Negative plays. And Edmonds-Woodway does not like the way this game is going. They're going to take another timeout. We will take one as well. 2:19 in the first. Scoreless. E-Dub and Snohomish on STSPN.
We at Gene Johnson are here and ready to help with our touch-free service. Being clean and safe are at the top of our minds. We're using gloves, masks, shoe covers, and lots of hand sanitizer. Our software allows us to get your approval without any physical contact. We hope you don't need us, but if you do, we're ready. Gene Johnson, clean, on time, and professional.
And back here to Snohomish High School. 3rd and 16 coming out of the timeout. Edmonds-Woodway trying to convert a first down. Those have been hard to come by in the first quarter here. Rust from the gun. Got a scoreboard update for you after this play. Snap and a give, and a nice big hole, dragging defenders, but it's still not going to be enough for Fahey. Alexander among those on the stop. Is that Pilchuck with the lead on Getchell, 7-0?
It is, 7-0.
Marysville Pilchuck, 7. Marysville Getchell, nothing in the first.
The Berry Bowl.
I was just thinking, I heard Tom Lafferty say what that was. I had not heard the Berry Bowl before, but I love it. 4th and 5, punt formation for Woodway, Edmonds-Woodway. Clubs this one down to Vandergriff, and he will juke and jive and spins and gets free.
There he is.
Gets to the outside, breaking tackles again, tight ropes the sideline, cuts it back. He's got blockers. He feels the backside pressure, and he's running out of steam and gets cracked in the face. And
wow.
That's the only thing that put him down. was Trenton Harper. He may have saved a punt return touchdown. Just
That's
watch
classic Vandergrind right there.
Spins and spins and stutters and Vandergrind, you're right. I said Vandergriff. My apologies to his family. I'm sure they're either listening and watching now or will be later, and I'll get a tweet. Either way, a little bit of electricity in this Snohomish Panther squad right now. 1st and 10 from the 33, buck 22 in the first. High snap, give. Vandergrind ducks his head, and he is snowed under. And on the tackle is Treasure Jordan, 5'10", 265. A name like Treasure, you've got to be able to back it up. Gain of a foot. Hitting 1 minute left in the first. Shotgun sidecar left, straight drop, and pass is incomplete. A miscommunication across the board intended for Wyatt Doran. Cale Hammer was out there at quarterback.
End of 3 in the Lake Stevens O'Day game. Lake Stevens is 20, O'Day 3.
Lake Stevens proving that despite some sickness, they're still legit. They were hanging on to the 10th spot in this week's Cascadia Preps poll without playing a game. Straight drop, looks, fires that one in, complete. I don't know if I want to give credit to the Woodway defense or if it was a missed route. 4th down and 10.
Yeah, I might have to say that was a hurried up pass.
So dropping back the quarterback and punter, Cale Hammer. Just not a lot of offense tonight. That just means it is a defensive slugfest, which a lot of folks tend to appreciate. Vandergrind getting a little bit of Gatorade. He needs it after that punt return.
Yes, he does.
Ran about 50 yards to get about 15 of them. Snap back, kick is away. This one high and short, and it will take a few Edmonds-Woodway rolls before it is saved by Gavin Maynard. Good field position for the Warriors of Edmonds-Woodway with 38 ticks left in the first. Edmonds-Woodway looking for their first win of the season, and this would be a prime spot to take one.
Well, I got to tell you, if I was Edmonds-Woodway coach, I would be telling him to get away from that punt because there was a couple of bounces there. It was close to hitting a player.
Josh Gradwall, the coach for the Warriors. 38 seconds left in the first. Hash mark left from the plus 45 and whistles from the sideline. Did someone lean?
They don't like something. Oh, it's going to be an equipment issue.
Yeah, got to be an equipment issue as they are sending Ding Rot off, and he will be replaced by Yell, excuse me. Just making sure I got that right. And a hard count, and they knew it. Hands to the helmet, an offsides or an encroachment or whatever proper term you want to use. They got there early. I think that will enable the substitution. Yeah. Rot Deng is back out on the field in the slot left. I think he's a tight end split end. Pistol set. Rust, give, tailback, big hole, surges through. Another excellent play to close the hole by Gavin Maynard. Now watch this replay. Snap, give, and just leaps through and hanging on to the sneakers. Another great play by Maynard.
He looks like the same kind of runner as Vandergrind.
Peyton Clark will check out for the Panthers. 1st and 10 from the 31. A little bit of life now for the Warriors. Pistol set for Rust. Hard count, free play.
Oh, they jumped on that too, I think.
Yeah.
Either that or they pulled off.
My only concern for this is no, it is an encroachment. I thought that would be a free play. But it was pre-snap, so they blew everything dead. Brings up 1st and 5 now. 6 seconds left in the first, as Rust will get the play in for the Warriors. And they will restart the clock, and that will do it for the first quarter. No score, Snohomish and Edmonds-Woodway from Veterans Memorial Stadium. We'll take a break. Back with a second quarter call after this on STSPN.
Hot summers in Snohomish County lead to homeowners taking steps earlier each year to keep their home comfortable. If you're thinking about air conditioning for your home, now is the perfect time. Air conditioning costs hundreds less when installed with a new furnace. If you're unsure about the age or dependability of your home comfort system, our consultants will help you determine the best solution. Our experienced technicians make sure our customers are comfortable by keeping their heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical systems working well. But we believe comfort is more than that. We want you to have a comfortable buying experience, to be comfortable with our technicians working in your home, and on top of that, getting a value you're comfortable with.
Go.
And back here on STSPN, Amp Harrell here with you, Todd Elvig alongside, as Edmonds-Woodway facing a 1st and 5, couple of hard counts, and, well, the defense jumped off sides both times. Snohomish shooting themselves in the foot as we get ready for this second quarter.
Couple of scores for you. Lake Stevens beats O'Day 20-3. And Montlake Terrace Cascade is up on Montlake Terrace 34-7 with 7:42 left in the game.
Blitz coming. It's a run dog blitz, perhaps. Stepping up, winging one to the back of the end zone. Incomplete. Big effort by Alec Rust with the bullets flying. Good for Cascade to have that edge. Cascade's having themselves a decent little start to the season. 11:54 to go. Clock stopped. Second quarter. Scoreless, Snohomish and Edmonds-Woodway. Snohomish shows a 4-man front out of their 3-4-4. Shotgun pistol snap and a give, and the turf monster helped on that tackle. Jake Ingram. Not a whole lot there, but I mean, when you're facing 2nd and 5, every little bit helps. It's 3rd and 3. Oof. Check the personnel out there for the Warriors. They have Ingram back out there again at tailback. Major Gradwall, the flanker, to the near side. And a snap and a give left side. Surging ahead, and I believe he got that first down. Yeah, that should be a first down for Edmonds-Woodway. Snohomish. Oh, that is 4th down. It's not first down. They're going to mark him short. I don't like that spot. But it is advantageous for the Snohomish Panthers. The official held up his hand well beyond the sticks, but they put it back about 1.5 yards. 10:43 in the clock runs. 4th down and about a half yard from the 23. Back out there, Ryan Fahey, 225. Keep that in mind. Rust from the pistol. He's going to keep it himself behind his blocker, and that should be easily enough for the first down for the Warriors. Gutsy call, but pays off for him.
That was a gutsy call. I don't know if I'd be running my quarterback into the pile.
No, but I mean, when you've got a 225-pounder scrubbing the hole, it's a little bit easier to make that call than just a straight-up sneak. They went as close as you'll see to power football.
Boy, we saw some power football last night.
Yes, we certainly did. The other team that calls the vet home, Glacier Peak, beating and banging last night. Fresh set of downs from the 22 as we drop under 10 to play in the half. Edmonds-Woodway driving in a scoreless contest. Snap and a give, hesitation, breaking tackle, stiff arm, and finally taken down. Leading the charge was Vandergren.
Yeah, you notice he grabbed a piece of that jersey and just did not let go.
Grab cloth, sit down, and keep your feet moving if at all possible. Hard to do when you're sitting down, but the coaching cliches, they're bleeding through my headset. 9:26 and the clock runs. Edmonds-Woodway with a gain of about a yard. Staring down the big nose this time, Manny Flores. Motion on that defense for the Panthers. Statue still on the Edmonds-Woodway side. Jet, give, trying to bubble back, needs a blocker, is not going to get one, and he is taken down quickly by Caden Alexander in the backfield.
You know, if he would have just turned his shoulders upfield, I think he might have been able to do all right, but he just could not make that corner.
See, that's something that was on film. That was very much on film. Even I saw that play beforehand. They like the Jets. They like the Rockets. Getting some end-around action going on. Misdirection. But the odd thing is this is an Edmonds-Woodway team that's playing with confidence right now. But that's a type of play that you run sometimes when you don't have a lot of confidence. You hide the eggs. 1-by-2 set with a Ginch that way as well. 3rd and 17 from the 28. Straight drop. Rust looks. Pressure. Pocket holds. Dumps that one off. Almost incomplete. And it might as well have been. Falling down on the play, Trey Smith. He tipped it back to himself, and still a loss. Field goal time?
Nah, they can't get it from here unless they've got...
Well, Jacob Sanchez listed as their kicker.
What was Pettis' first name?
And they're lined up like they're gonna punt. Would you really punt from the 35?
Well, if you could pin them down.
I suppose. Rush
the
is
defense
on.
has been doing well.
Coffin corner, and it will go out of bounds just shy of the line to gain. Guess it gave him a target. Well, flip the field. Mr. Elvig, you do make a good point that if you can't punch it in, you can at least hide the ball as far as possible from the other end zone. This game looks like it's being played maybe in, 1980.
Yes.
A lot of scrumming going on. And that's not a bad thing. That's just an observation.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that what I'm looking at here is that they don't have much faith in the passing game on either side.
Heineman checks in for the Panthers. 1st and 10 from their own 18. Snap and a give. Vandergrand as the rain is coming down at Veterans Memorial Stadium. I do love the overhang here at this gorgeous field. Don't have to bring your poncho.
Yeah, well, we call it the stadium with the pole in the waist. That's why we have to put the camera down below.
Makes sense. Good shots either way. Vandergrand with a gain of 4. 7 minutes to go in a rapidly dissolving first half. Snap, give.
My.
Nothing there. Nope. Woodway having none of it. And let's see this replay, just what exactly happened.
They're just keying off of that.
Vandergrand just got decked in the backfield by Jake Ingram. It's all running backs here. The linebacker. Shotgun trips to the near side. It's a passing situation. They'll set up the screen and barely break through it. That's going to be close. That's going to be close. Mason Orgill on the pass from Cale Hammer. And they're going to give it to him. I thought that was closer than they did. Either way, first down for the Panthers in new life in the rain. Snap and a play fake. Dumped it off, tunnel screen, and just decking people on the way through. That was violent. Orgill again, and just watch this replay. He gets himself in motion, sets up in the backfield, bang, bang, bang again. And all that for a gain of 5.5.
Well, it looks like Snohomish sees something they like in that little screen out to the
perimeter, yeah. Trips to the far side, snap and a give. Vandergrand just violent cuts, flips the hips, and cuts off the hip of Austin Heeman. Under 6 to play in the first, still scoreless as the rain continues to fall. It's going to affect the passing game for sure. Rocket motion. Snap and an inside trap handoff. Oh my goodness. Here's a leap down the sidelines and out of bounds. Penalty markers will fly, but Vandergren busts it open.
I don't think you can jump over a player. I think that's where the penalty is going to be.
Oh, well, he plows his way through.
Yeah, you can't.
That's a player safety issue?
I believe so.
And so they will discuss the penalty.
But don't quote me.
I have not reviewed my WIAA rule book lately. I apologize.
Well, I'm a video producer, so, what do I know?
So they're going to say spot foul on a first down is what I have seen. Personal foul against Snohomish. Yeah, we're going to have some unhappy fans here. Oh, did they just say third down? Did they negate the first down on that one?
Yeah, loss of down maybe. And spot a foul.
Third down and a yard. And the only thing I can think of since they called personal foul is, to your point, the leap.
Oh, it's first. So they still got the first down.
Okay, that's what I thought. He held up 3 fingers. And I was like, how can they give that a spot foul and move it back that far? I don't know. Either way, it's a first down and 10 from the 38. Seems a bit egregious, but it's a first down. Trips in a bunch near side. Snap and a play fake. Pop pass right side. And it is caught. Complete to Connor Johnson, the senior. And he'll get about 7.
Caught our cameraman off guard.
Rain seems to be coming down harder, but it doesn't seem to be affecting the passing game for these Panthers. Snap and a sling near side. Pitch and catch and complete to Wyatt Dornan for another first down into positive territory at 5 minutes and a half. A little bit of a surprise, the usage of Cale Hammer. He's also your punter. But he has come in here and shown a willingness to sling it. Bunch formation near side, snap and a give. Off the end, they've got the edge. Cuts it up, stutter step, juke move, decked from behind as he gets inside the 15. But Vandergren is coming to life here in the second.
Yeah, you see, damned if you do, damned if you don't. You got, if you don't put enough people in the box, Vandergren's going to hurt you. If you try and cover the pass, he's going to jump out of there.
E-Dub taking their final timeout to get their troops in order. 4:50 left in the first half. Scoreless, but Snohomish driving on Edmonds-Woodway on STSPN.
Fred's Rivertown Ale House was established in July of 1994 and is located at 1114 First Street in historic downtown Snohomish. Each time you visit the ale house, you may expect to find new beers and new food choices. Fred's Rivertown Ale House is well known throughout the beer community. Oftentimes, we are the first choice for breweries to introduce new beers, limited or specialty beers, and beers you just won't find anyplace else. At Fred's, we like to say that once we get you through the front door, our friendly service, relaxed family atmosphere, and our quality food and beverages will keep you coming back.
There you go.
Back here, 4:50 to go in the first half. New life for Cale Hammer, Josh Vandergren, and the red-clad Snohomish Panthers. Crowd going bonkers. 1st and 10 from the plus 15. Scoreless game. Motion, rocket motion. Snap and a give inside, hit immediately and dunked down. That was 3-on-3 violence. Vandergren taken down by Ryan Fahey. Linebackers getting very involved for this Edmonds-Woodway defense.
Very impressed on how they're controlling the run.
Flat front. Two receivers to the left, one to the right. Hammer, snap and a slant, incomplete and nearly intercepted. Mad at himself, Aaron Barraza. The senior just had that one on a dinner plate. Jumped the slant Kind of like what we saw last night, just not a lineman doing it.
That was off the hook.
I still love that play. I went back and watched it about 4 times when I got home. The Glacier Peak lineman, 2 mitts up. It looked like it was a one-handed grab. 3rd and 12 from the 17 for the Panthers. Need something here. Rocket motion, snapping an inside trap, and it blew up again. Meeting at the running back that time, Liam Fitting, and was that Maddox Steffen? No, excuse me, Kamari Simpkins on the tackle.
I think that forces them into a passing situation, and they can't allow themselves to get that way.
4th and 16 from the 17. It would be a 34-yarder from here, so straight drop, looks, hammered, dumps it off short, Vandergren, 360 spin, breaks a tackle, surges ahead, not going to have enough. It's a turnover on downs. That is a tough spot, as the Panthers had so much momentum. They had that big surge down the sideline from Josh, and they come away empty. It's still a scoreless game with 3:40 in the first half.
I tell you what, that Edmonds-Woodway defense, they collapse quick in the backfield. Just very good reaction.
Read your keys. Know your man. Looks like Snohomish may be calling a timeout here. We need to take another one. Thank our sponsors.
Absolutely. We got enough.
There we go. Let's step aside for a break. No score on STSPN.
You can almost smell those fresh ground beans. Airfield Espresso at Harvey Field has been serving delicious cups of gourmet happiness for over 25 years. Excellent service and lasting relationships is their top priority. Stop in and experience the kindness and joy that exude from this special place, one cup at a time.
Back here, 3:40 in the first half. Scoreless. Edmonds-Woodway with another stop on the homestanding Snohomish Panthers. Amp Harrell and Todd Elvig with you.
Elvig.
Elvig, that too.
Look at the rain. You can see it right there in front of the lights there.
Oh, yeah.
It's coming down pretty good.
It's coming down even more. Sorry to get the name wrong there. We were just talking before the game about getting people's names wrong in public. So
no worries. I've been called a lot of things.
You can just see the rain coming down in sheets, and it's probably going to get worse before this game's over with. From the 13, snap and a give, and that is a very smart play no matter what comes of it. Keep it on the ground. Jake Ingram, the ball carrier for Edmonds-Woodway. I don't know if any of the iconic coaches around here have ever dropped this one, but especially in the rain, 3 things can happen when you throw the football, and 2 of them ain't good. I believe that's a Jerry Pearson, Jackie Bledsoe-ism from back in the day. Shotgun sidecar left. And another inside handoff. Blocked it up pretty well. Moving bodies, 55, Reed Burmaster. Ingram on the carry again. Alec Rust. I know no quarterback, especially in high school, wants to be called a game manager, but he's been doing a good job of managing this game.
I would say so. I heard a good quote this afternoon. Tom Brady said, if you're true athletes, they never think it's over.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it ain't over till it's over. Yogi Berra. 3rd and 1. 2:30 to go in the half. Scoreless. Rust from the gun. Lost the ball, picked it back up, and just going to take off. He's got some blockers out there shoving dudes out of the way. Oh, he broke free. He broke free down the sidelines. Look out. As the rain just pours, he dropped the ball twice. Picked it up and just, it was a scramble play, and don't shoot, good shot.
Vandergren got a hold of him. He just took him for a ride.
Man, it looks worse on the monitor than it does through the window, but it is a frog strangler out there at the vet.
Frog strangler, I like that.
Well, some country terms here. I'm from Middle Tennessee State, so we have cliches that I'm sure you've never heard before.
But would probably sound familiar.
Yes, indeed. Pistol set, snap and a give, and oof. slipped down. I would say turf monster, but that was just finding a puddle. Trey Smith. Small loss, I think, on the play. No, they're going to say he fell forward for a foot.
I think that turf has bit him a couple times now.
Yeah, I don't think the turf has any teeth right now. It's puddles and cow pasture. I've seen some fields that look like a cow pasture by the time it was all over with, but turf out here is very well maintained at Veterans Memorial Stadium. 2nd and 10, 2nd and 9.5 from the 44. Minute 38 left. Snapping a play fake, screening it out near side, has some blockers, surges ahead. Oh man! That one is going to hurt tomorrow. Aaron Barraza got the first down and paid the price. Watch this replay at home, folks. Minute 30 left on the clock. Play fake, Barraza on the little bubble. And they block it up pretty well and release. But who is it that comes in and just lays the wood? Oh, guess who?
Guess who?
Josh Vandergrand. 90 seconds left, first half, scoreless ball game. Receivers to the far side, 2-by-1. Shotgun, snap, give. Little hesitation and dragging defenders. That is a solid run out across the 35-yard line for Ryan Fahey.
And Snohomish will get the ball on the other side of the half.
Minute 13 left. Yes, they won the toss and deferred their decision. Probably to see the lie, to use the golf term. See how bad it is in the second half. Screen, and I don't think the right man caught it, but he will wriggle free down the sideline. Aaron Barraza, I think it was supposed to bubble over his head, and he was supposed to block. But he turned something, or turned nothing into something.
And he got out of bounds. Stopped the clock.
And got the first down. Give Edmonds-Woodway all the credit right now. They had Vandergrind and company just breathing down their necks. I think they got to, what, the 15, the 13? And driving the ball on the road with 53 seconds left.
It might have helped if Vandergrind wouldn't have done that little hop.
Yes. That did, in fact, help the cause for the Warriors. 53 seconds left, first half. Scoreless ball game. Rust from the pistol. Has a blocker in front of him. Snapping a give. Nice hole. Fahey. And he will crash down to near the 10. 47 seconds. Clock is stopped to move the sticks. He'll have it to the 13. And a timeout for injury. I have a player down. That is Snohomish 44. Caden Alexander, the linebacker.
We'll take a little break.
We'll step aside for a break. No score. Late stages first half on STSPN, says the broadcaster.
Fred's Rivertown Ale House was established in July of 1994 and is located at 1114 First Street in historic downtown Snohomish. Each time you visit the ale house, you may expect to find new beers and new food choices. Fred's Rivertown Ale House is well known throughout the beer community. Oftentimes, we are the first choice for breweries to introduce new beers, limited or specialty beers, and beers you just won't find anyplace else. At Fred's, we like to say that once we get you through the front door, our friendly service, relaxed family atmosphere, and our quality food and beverages will keep you coming back.
Back to it here. Clock running after the injury timeout. Snap and a give. First and only man through, and he will slip slide his way straight through near a first down. Ryan Fahey.
Makes you kind of think of a song, Slip Sliding Away or something like that.
Oh, if this were a radio game as well, or a halftime entertainment, would have a lot of rain songs. No timeouts for the Warriors. Pistol set, snap, give. Fahey breaking tackles and diving down to the 5. They're out of timeouts. They've got to hurry. 12 seconds and the clock runs. Now down to 10. They got to clock it here, but it's 3rd and 1. And 8 seconds left. Clock is stopped.
What is going on with the ref?
Yeah, what happened? And one of the coaches coming out of the field talking to the officials. Are they saying Snohomish stopped it? This is difficult with 8 seconds left. It's a 3rd down and 1 from the 6.
Well, and the ref was moving a little bit slow back there with the ball, too. I didn't quite understand.
They're going to put 5 seconds back on the clock. and I don't know why. Marked ready, and the clock runs. 9 seconds. 8. They're going to scrum their way in. And yes, a touchdown for the Warriors. Quarterback sneak into the end zone, Alec Rust. Watch the replay here. And he will just follow the blockers right in behind, I think that was 69, Evan Gibbs. I also think the scoreboard was inaccurate when it said the ball was on the 6. It was on like the 2. Made that a whole lot easier. 1 second left in the first half. And on for point is Jacob Sanchez. Out of the hold of Trey Smith.
Now, these can be tricky with all this rain.
And it is a fake. It is a designed fake. Hesitates. Jump pass back of the end zone. No. I think they did it on purpose to run clock. And because, as you said, it's a wet turf and anything can happen. Try is no good. First half is over. 6-0. The Edmonds-Woodway Warriors have the lead on the road at Snohomish and Veterans Memorial Stadium. As the rain falls, we will step aside for our halftime break. Well, they put a second back on the clock.
That's all Vandergrind needs.
Are we done? Or I can't quite tell if it's time to step away just yet. They do have 1 full second. Yeah, they're gonna have one more play. We're gonna have the kickoff. Well, I apologize to my producer to my right. Anybody back at network control, stand by to break number 9 on our sheet.
That's right. You guys out in the truck, don't be going for a donut yet.
Yeah. No fair scones left over here either. But I do want to give credit to the folks at Veterans Memorial Stadium. The concession stand is open. It was not open last night. So we will line up and kick this one off. Everyone was confused. Oh, is it a... No, it's not a free kick. Okay, yes, everything is back the way that it was supposed to be. I was confused because they were confused for a moment. So 1 second left in the first half. 6-0 Edmonds-Woodway. Too many men on the field for the Warriors. And now we have figured it out. Head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Approaching is Jacob Sanchez. Probably going to kick this one away from Vandergrind. It's a squib, and it will go out of bounds. That's a penalty. That is a smart attempt, but a smarter play to just let it go. So at the 35, 1 play to decide the first half. And 58 for Edmonds-Woodway is a hoss. Treasure Jordan. Got a good look at him. Riley Johnson up front, 235. They have got some beef in the Edmonds area.
I'm going to say they're going to give this to Vandergrind.
You would think. And just see
I'd take
what
a shot
happens.
downfield.
From the gun, high snap, and oh, he's just going to kneel on it. Discretion, the better part of valor. So all that for naught. Okay, nudge him back in the truck. We will take it right here. 6-0 Edmonds-Woodway with the advantage as we head to the halftime break at Snohomish here on STSPN.
plumbing technicians and apprentices. Working together, learning together, masters of the craft, passing on their skills and knowledge for the trade.
I'm Gene Jr., and we are growing fast. As one of the senior techs, I really enjoy sharing and teaching, really because I'm selfish and it makes me feel good.
Getting paid to teach and learn valuable skills that can support your life, family, and dreams.
Hi, Renee.
all frustrated with the high cost of heating and cooling our homes. At GNS, we are completely changing the way you keep your home comfortable. Because we are Snohomish County's premier Lennox dealer, we can design a perfect system for you, one that will save you a lot of money on your utility bill. The Lennox Home Comfort System creates the ideal home environment. Enjoy innovation in every season with precise, quietly efficient Lennox heat pumps that keep your life simply perfect. Call GNS Heating, Cooling, and Electric today or visit us at gsheating.com.
It's like a loop machine. All around town, people trying to get down.
brought down after a short kick. Player of the game, senior libero Lauren Riskill has control.
Championship district tournaments, we have it here on STSPN.
Snohomish Panthers trailing 6-0 to the visiting Edmonds-Woodway Warriors. A big defensive battle in the rain. Rain has lightened up a little bit, but it's still coming down in sheets as the Panthers retake the field. Big crowd here to back the home side. Amp Harrell and Todd Elvig on the call. And I believe we have a special shout out to some supporters in the stands, right?
We absolutely do.
Lance and Seaver Southard here, showing their support for Wyatt Doran of the Panthers. And Wyatt's had himself a decent little first half. So appreciate all of the support from the home folks. Now, do you have any scoreboard updates from around the area before we resume in about 3 minutes?
Yeah, I have not seen anything that's been jumping off the screen.
I have one. I have a big one. Second quarter, Marysville-Pilchuck 42, Marysville-Getchell absolutely nothing. 42 to nothing.
You have 42 because I've got 49.
Oh, well, mine might be a little delayed then. That one certainly jumps off the screen at you when you're not expecting it.
That's kind of what we expect out of Marysville-Pilchuck. I think she's ranked, I don't know, what did you, I think around 5 on 3A or
sounds about right.
7.
I have Stanwood 7, Oak Harbor 6 in the second.
I don't know who Bellevue's playing, but they're up 28-13 at the halftime.
Okay. I have a lot of no scores. Salton and Vashon Island scoreless in the first.
Oh, we've got a Herald Prep Sports guy here that just retweeted Dennis Dwan, D-W-A-N.
Sounds right. Dennis Dwan?
Yeah, he just put some stats up for the first half on the Snohomish game here.
That's fantastic. As you're digesting those, Monroe and Linwood scoreless as well, by the way, in the first. That one actually just got underway. It was an 8 o'clock kickoff.
Really? Where's that at?
At Linwood.
Oh, yeah, because they've got 4 teams that are playing out of there. So they probably had a doubleheader tonight.
Sounds about right. What have you got on the stats that are jumping out at you? Is it 6-0
this one
here?
that they put out here was Rust has a yard rushing. Fahey, 10 for 49 yards rushing. Or 10 carries, 49 yards rushing. And Ingram, 8 carries for 23 yards.
8 carries for 23. It's just been a war of attrition. Mariner and Shorewood in a scoreless tilt. That one still shows his first quarter, but it got underway the same time we did. So I don't think that's entirely accurate at the moment.
Well, that's a running clock.
Meadowdale and Shorecrest also scoreless in the first. Keys to the second half? Just win the battle at the line of scrimmage and don't turn the ball over? I think we can start there.
Well, keys to mine is to remember to update the scoreboard as far as the quarter goes.
Oh, that too.
So it still says first quarter. I think maybe we're into the third.
Yes. Well, the Panthers will have the ball as they won the opening coin toss and elected to defer their decision to the second half. And it might be a little crazy to give possession to the visitors from Edmonds-Woodway for a second time. Woodway looked good to finish that half out strong, and they punched it in on a quarterback sneak with 1 second left. Let's not lose sight of that. If there was any momentum to be had, it went into the locker room squarely with the Warriors. But that's a long 15 minutes plus another 3 minutes to get warmed up, so looking at almost 20 minutes of, well, sitting on your hands.
Well, and outdoors. I'm not sure if Snohomish went indoors or not because we saw them go up and out of the way, but we know that we watched Edmonds-Woodway sit out in the rain the entire time. So I would imagine that Snohomish could not go indoors because that would be not equal.
Yeah. The whole warm hearts can't lose. Well, cold hands can't catch if you're out in the rain for 20 minutes.
Cold hands drop balls.
And we are underway in the second half from Snohomish. That one is taken by Gaffney, and
what was the deal with that?
Gonna blow it dead?
I didn't see what happened.
Is that a fair catch? I guess.
Oh, he must have fair catched it.
So
then he looked around, nobody was there, and he was like, I'm going to run.
He's like, why did I do that? Possibly his knee touched the ground on that one, as he was just playing center field trying to catch it. So
we would like to thank our professional cameraman. He is a Fox Sports NFL cameraman, but this last weekend he was filming Mariners.
Works for me. Go M's. Snap and a give. And Vandergrind off the left side. I did check my pronunciation. Man, look at that rain. Just sheeting in at an angle. Difficult sledding.
Just as long as it doesn't angle this direction.
Agreed. The flip open windows are flipped just the right way to get us and the equipment wet. Gain of 5. Screen near side. Blocked it up okay. And floating over the top of it, and perhaps more importantly, protecting the football. That is Gavin Maynard. Give credit to Skylar Lloyd blocking things up there. Ryder Elton also on the line, along with Manny Flores. 1st and 10 after the pickup, out to the 18. 11:26 to go in the third. Swing pass left side. Stutter steps and cuts it up. Vandergrind. I think the defense for Edmonds-Woodway paid the price on that one. Aaron Barraza wound up with a running back on top of him. 11:06 and the clock runs. Gain of 7. Hammer from the gun. Rocket motion. Now they'll screen it out, and nobody's there to block, but it's a one-on-one mismatch, if you will. Mason Orgel just turning nothing into something. That really should have been a blown play, as we've got a player down for Snohomish. Let's step aside for a quick break. It's 6-0 Edmonds-Woodway, 10:50 in the third here on STSPN.
We are all frustrated with the high cost of heating and cooling our homes. At GNS, we are completely changing the way you keep your home comfortable. Because we are Snohomish County's premier Lennox dealer, we can design a perfect system for you, one that will save you a lot of money on your utility bill. The Lennox Home Comfort System creates the ideal home environment. Enjoy innovation in every season with precise, quietly efficient Lennox heat pumps that keep your life simply perfect. Call GNS Heating, Cooling, and Electric today or visit us at gsheating.com.
Back to it here. Kaiden Gaffney, 6'1", 170 senior. Looks like he's kind of cramping up out there.
Yeah, he's holding his side.
Walking off on his own power after that play made a first down. We were talking in the break. Could be some cramps this second half because nobody got to go inside. It's just been raining and raining and raining. Panthers down by 6. Snap and a give, near side, Vandergrind, big hole, big hole.
There he
Plenty
goes.
of room to run. It is a foot race. Vandergrind, one man to beat. Touchdown, Panthers on a 63-yard scamper. That was blocked up beautifully. Give plenty of credit to Coach Hammer and his entire staff. Blocked up well and gone. And give all the credit you can to Alec Rust, trying to time his leap, but cannot deny the grind. And now a very important extra point here. This would give the Panthers the lead after the 2-point attempt failed for the Warriors. 10:39 in the first. Snap, set, kick on the way into the night. It is good, and the Panthers have the lead. 10:39 to go, third quarter. Panthers 7, Warriors 6. Back after this on STSPN. Back to it from Snohomish. The fans are jacked in this one as the Panthers, one big play, 7-6, Snohomish in front. Amp Harrell, Todd, Elvig along for the ride from Veterans Memorial Stadium. See what Edmonds-Woodway has to answer. Kick is away. It is a short squibber, and it is dropped right down the chimney. But, man, give that young man credit for shaking off a tackle and trying to drive through another. That is number 49. That is George Quintons. 5'6", $155. And he absorbed some contact. Actually would head up against Caden Alexander. Woodway goes from leading 6-0 to now trailing 7-6. 10:34 in the third. Rust from the pistol. 3 receivers to the right side. Snap, give, Ingram banging off right tackle. And he'll get about 3. 2, maybe 3. Ooh, good little chip on that one. Riley Johnson whipped around and beat his man just by a second to open up that crack to the outside. Gain of 2, 2nd and 8. 1-by-2 set. Pistol slightly offset. Snap and sort of an around behind the back type of handoff. Nothing doing for Ingram. Tackle made by, that was, I heard Brady Herron. That was not who I saw. Braden Ulrich, excuse me. Ulrich has not had his name called that much tonight. It's a bit of a surprise. He is a stud and a half. 9:30 to go. 3rd down and a long 9. Woodway looking to answer, trailing by a point. Ball comes loose. Bad snap, bad handoff, loss of 3, and it's punting time for Woodway.
I think the punt is really scary because you're still going to wind up with having to get that ball in your hands and kick it off, just like the quarterback. I think your hands are a little bit cold.
Yeah, this is a tough spot. It's cold, it's wet, it's gross. Isaac Wicks. You do like having a 6'3", 210 tight end linebacker as your punter. He will kick this one, just barely miss the pressure, and it will angle out of bounds around the 40. Wasn't the best of result, but it could have been a whole lot worse.
Yeah, he had to reach for that.
8:44, third quarter. Snohomish 7, Edmonds-Woodway 6. Get another scoreboard roundup a little later on. I believe Lake Stevens proved that they're legit in their opener. 3-by-1 set. Snapping a screen. Out to Vandergrind, trying to get the edge. Cannot. Great job fighting through the blocks. I think that was Rust, along with Evan Gibbs in the area for Woodway. See how this worked. Oh, it was Rust and Trey Smith. 8:22 and the clock is stopped. We have an injured player on the field again. This time for Edmonds-Woodway.
I'm telling you, I really believe that the fact that they're not allowing them to go into the locker room
makes a big difference. He's over by the sideline, so I think we'll keep it right here. But Snohomish will sort of sugar huddle over on the near side. They're getting a trainer or no, they're getting a dry ball out there. Excuse me.
Yeah, I always like the fact that they run a dry ball out there when considering it's raining like cats and dogs, and I don't think you can get a ball out there dry until it's I think it's already wet.
Yeah, it's already wet by the time that you put it down to replace the wet ball. It looks like they're not expecting this to take too long because the Panthers are going back out towards the football. Meanwhile, the player is still down. I don't want to speculate on who the player is until I can see it for sure, but it appears to be a single digit. Getting his leg worked on.
Oh, I see the cameraman down there for one of the newspapers finally put a cover over the camera, but you can always tell when they're using corporate gear because the camera's just out in the rain.
I happen to appreciate Trevor Wall over there with his umbrella, just by himself, right in the middle of our camera view. Why aren't you with your buddies, bro? Player was helped off the field. Back to work we go. Dropping back, airing this one out. Has a man caught and out of bounds. Caden Gaffney off the connection. Hammer finds his man in space, and it's a first down for the Panthers.
Oh, now he's hurt.
Came down awkwardly trying to tiptoe that sideline. I was a little concerned because I thought he needed to get out of bounds first. And we've got an official's timeout. The player is on the sidelines, completely off the field of play, but they want to make sure he's taken care of and out of harm's way before they let the live bullets fly again.
I'm not sure about that spot. Where did they spot that?
30? Yeah.
I'm saying he went out about the 27.
Snapping a play fake, then a screen. Left side blocked up well. 1-on-4 that time as he dives for the pylon and is going to be close to the first down. That was Mason Orgill again. Orgill's been very clutch lately.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
7:40 to go, third quarter. And clank, clank, clank goes the machinery here for the Panthers. Snap and a give. Near side, Vandergrind has a blocker. One-on-one in space. Oh, my goodness! Stiff arm spin move. Pad level is solid, and he will get down to around the 6-yard line. But what a bruising run by Vandergrind. The taser of a stiff arm. Watch this one. Good block downfield. Bang! Have some. He turns to that fellow and basically says, I'm Mr. Meeseeks. Look at me. Snap and a give off right end. Not a whole lot there as Vandergrind falls forward. Down in the pricey real estate down there. Second down now and goal to go from, we'll call it the 6. Trips to the far side. Watch for the screen if you're Woodway. There it is. And plenty of room, lowers his head, and they stop him just short of the goal line. That was be careful country indeed for the Warriors. Maynard on the grab. Hammer has done enough. Pro set here, back on either hip and one behind him as well. Snap, give, Vandergrind leaping into the end zone. Touchdown, Josh. Touchdown, Panthers. And it's a it's a one-score game. I forgot. It was only a 1-point lead. 6:19 to go, third. Go ahead.
I think that Snohomish is winning the battle of making the right adjustments.
Second half adjustments, all red shirts. Although they're more burgundy at this point because they have been soaked.
Boy, I don't know. That it kind of looked like Vandergrind stepped on that guy on the way through.
Oof. Hope everybody's okay. On for point. Kick is up and good. And it is a 14-6 lead for the homestanding Snohomish Panthers. Break for our member stations back after this on STSPN.
Hot summers in Snohomish County lead to homeowners taking steps earlier each year to keep their home comfortable. If you're thinking about air conditioning for your home, now is the perfect time. Air conditioning costs hundreds less when installed with a new furnace. If you're unsure about the age or dependability of your home comfort system, our consultants will help you determine the best solution. Our experienced technicians make sure our customers are comfortable by keeping their heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical systems working well. But we believe comfort is more than that. We want you to have a comfortable buying experience, to be comfortable with our technicians working in your home, and on top of that, getting a value you're comfortable with.
Back here on STSPN. Amp and Todd hanging out watching some Snohomish Panther football.
They're getting it done.
Getting it done in the second half. 6:19 left in the third. And scoring in the third, 14-0 Panthers. 14-6 lead as Edmonds-Woodway will have another crack at it. No offense in the first half. Now we're finding a lot of it in the second half. Ball came loose, and it looks like the Panthers may have it, and they do. Special Forces teams getting it done. Let's watch this replay. It was a squib. And it goes, well, he fielded it well. Was it the contact? Oh, wow. Jarring it loose was 23, Andrew Siemens. Last update I sent to my buddy was 6-0. Got a lot to update on. As Snohomish has the lead. Jet sweep with blockers in front, has to cut it back against the grain and will fight forward for a gain of about 2. Orgill on the carry. I guess all's right with the world with Snohomish with the lead in the football. Under 6 to play in the third. Right in front of me on the 38. Snapping a give, Vandergrind. Oh my goodness. Vandergrind got planted like a tree. Jake Ingram, those two have been buddies in this game.
Boom.
Thud.
Ooh, that hurt.
Got in behind 53. Manny Flores. 3rd and 9. Dumped it off near side. Vandergrind shook one guy. Spins through 2-3 defenders and crawls forward. Out across the 30. That should be enough for a first down. And it is.
Now, you remember we were talking about this ahead of the game. Vandergrind, the first quarter, he just couldn't get it going.
Well, now they can't stop him. There are 4 guys getting a hand on cloth and still nothing to show for. That might be
what happened.
That might be part of the reason. I didn't see the signal, but they're marking it back. I'm thinking hold. I'm really thinking hold.
Well, I don't know. I mean, isn't that like, where was the previous spot?
Well, they had to get across the 30. So it was around the 40. Either way, they're back in their own territory. 3rd down and 20 and a sack. And what a blitz. Just a bull rush blitz. Jake Ingram, he just timed everything well. Overpowered everything. He went around the right side, and backing him up was Liam Fitting.
And, you know, that's a dare I say, ballsy call because, you know, if you don't call that right, you have nobody to cover.
Was that a cover 0 blitz?
That was exactly.
Because they had Fitting going straight into that B or C gap, and then Ingram went around the edge. Nobody home.
There was nobody out there.
And the punt is away. This one's a nice one, actually. Takes a good Snohomish bounce and then sit and stay at the 19. He picked it up and tried to run with it. I don't know. Oh, and now he's hurt. Major Gradwall hopping off the field with a leg injury.
I think it's another cramp.
Let's hope so. Get some Gatorade in that young man.
Because I think that, you know, when he went to get that ball, it happened right that second.
I thought it happened when he got tackled, and that soft tissue may have gotten yanked a little bit, but he immediately seized up and was like, ow, ow, ow. Hopped off the field. 3-man front for the Panthers, leading 14-6 after their drive stalled, sputtered, and went backwards. Oh my goodness, it's an I backfield. Didn't I say last night I didn't think I would see one of these again? Stoppage of play, officials adjusting something. Are they tossing 15 again for an equipment issue again? Ruat Ding out, which means they've got to go and get Yell to come on to replace him. No, Yell was already out there, so it's Aaron Barraza.
I think they're spying him for something because he must have a little bit of a problem following the rule on something.
Straight I behind Rust. Snap, give, that didn't work. Keeps his legs moving, though, and the rush gets to him. The wave gets to him. No gain for Trey Smith. I realize it's just one play, but this does not look comfortable for Edmonds-Woodway.
No.
Because when you run power football out of an I, everybody's got to watch their footwork or else somebody's going to get stepped on or tripped up.
Well, I think that who was that, 15?
Yeah, 15 is back out there.
I think that completely changes the play when he's out.
Ruat Deng lines up on the hash mark left. He hasn't touched the ball that I've seen today. Straight I. Snap and a give to the fullback, and right on top of it, give credit to Braden Ulrich and I think Caden Alexander.
Well, I think that the last time they pulled him off, the offense was a little bit jiggy, or defense, whatever they pulled him off for, they were a little bit jiggy on what they were going to do that time too.
Now they just called a timeout, but nobody's going anywhere. What's going on? I mean, I guess we could step aside because it's a timeout, but they're just having a discussion on the field.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'll show you what the field looks like. Oh, look at that.
Wow. Okay. I like the crafty camera work. Give a special nod to Mr. Hamrich in the truck for pulling that graphic up.
We got in a lot of trouble for that picture. Let me just tell you that. Don't ever ask permission. You have to ask for forgiveness because, wow, when that picture came out, everybody was wondering who was flying over the stadium. Of course, I can't tell you who that was, but we got in trouble for it.
You didn't commission it. It just, you just happened to find it. 3:07 left in the third, 14-6, Snohomish. 3rd and 11 from their own 19, and is that another timeout? Oh, my word.
Oh, boy, the coach is ripped.
2 timeouts on the same play. We'll take it as well. 30-second break. 14-6 Snohomish. 3:07 in the third on STSPN.
McDaniel's Do It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, they are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized Do It Best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
Back here after the second timeout, 3rd and 11 from their own 19. Edmonds-Woodway giving up back-to-back touchdowns. Roll out for Rust. Backside pressure. Did not feel it, and he is sacked and taken down. Caden Alexander. Meet me at the QB. That is a backbreaker as Edmonds-Woodway called not one but 2 timeouts on the same play. And as a result of that play and getting their pieces set, quarterback sack and a punt.
Who is that 44?
That is Caden Alexander.
Boy, he wasn't fooled at all. He just chased him right around the end.
6'2", $190, and a junior. We'll have him back next year.
It wasn't a bad fake, but boy, he just did go for it.
Punt is away, low and into the breeze. And it is
none other than,
well, guess who? Vandergrind around the edge. Stutter steps, hesitates, ducks his head, and gets out of bounds across the 20. I was faked out because all the stock blockers and everyone, they were fighting each other way away from the play. I got sucked in. Vandergrind tracks it down and gets out of bounds. I think they're going to say he was out at the 21. Yeah, split the difference. 20-yard line. Knocking on the door of the red zone. 2:10 left in the third quarter. Snohomish looking for more. Screen, near side, splits the defense and gains about 3. Maynard, the junior. This is a Snohomish team that, you know, they, whoa, I didn't even notice until I saw in the replay. That ball kind of floated on him. Good job by Maynard to hang on to it. But they've got a lot of strong junior pieces, so it might be even better next year. Snap and a give around the edge. Vandergrind, big hole. Stutter steps into the end zone. Touchdown, Josh Vandergrind. Touchdown, Snohomish Panthers. And it is 20-6 with $1:37 left in the third. Extra point pending. When you get the grind going, he is almost impossible to stop.
He is too. You have to catch him at the line or it's all over.
I mean, that's something that Edmonds-Woodway was doing well early. Ingram and some of the linemen, like Treasure Jordan, they were popping him at the line. Maybe a yard here, 3 yards there, 4-yard loss. But no, when he gets into space, good luck. Extra point attempt coming from the do-it-all quarterback, kicker, punter, popcorn vendor,
ticket seller,
Cale Hemmer. No, I used that one last night. I gotta
yeah.
change up the metaphors here. Out of the hold of Wyatt Doran, with Lance and Seaver Southard on to cheer. I'm gonna talk this one over. Oh, nope, another injured player. That is George Quintans. He is a senior for Edmonds-Woodway, and he'll be helped off, favoring a leg. Rash of injury timeouts here, so hope everybody's doing okay on the sidelines. It's wet, it's cold, it's gross, still early in the season.
I want to comment on the fact that Lance Southard was up here in a Snohomish Panthers jersey. He must really, really be a fan of
Mr. Wyatt Doran. Yeah,
that's correct, because you know all 4 of his boys went through Glacier Peak.
And I'm still relatively new to this area and to this whole thing, so
big rivalry.
I'm learning that. I am learning slowly that Snohomish and GP do not like each other.
Oh, I think the kid. Yeah, that's right. I think it's more the parents than it is the kids because they all play together.
Kick on the way into the night and good. So add to the stat sheet for Cale Hammer and it is 21-6, all Snohomish in the second half. Back after this on STSPN.
Plumbing technicians and apprentices. Working together, learning together, masters of the craft, passing on their skills and knowledge for the trade.
I'm Gene Jr., and we are growing fast. As one of the senior techs, I really enjoy sharing and teaching, really because I'm selfish and it makes me feel good.
Getting paid to teach and learn valuable skills that can support your life, family, and dreams.
Hi, I'm Renee. I'm an apprentice, and I like to learn from all these different plumbers. I want to be a plumber to provide a good lifestyle for myself and for my future dreams.
Back here chasing our dreams at Snohomish Panther Football Veterans Memorial Stadium. Amp Harrell and Todd Elvig, as the Panthers have come out angry in the second half. Squib kick again, taken by the upback Ingram. That was a smart play to put Ingram up there, hands team, and he will surge that one down to the 43. 21 unanswered points in the second half for the boys in red, though.
We were thinking right there at the end of the first half that, Edmonds-Woodway was getting it figured out, but wow, Snohomish made some adjustments, and here we go.
Yeah, watch out on Highway 9 or Highway 2, because the wheels came off for Edmonds-Woodway. I do not want them disrupting traffic.
That is so good.
1 by 2. I don't think that's a legal formation. I think we've got somebody covered up. Snap and a give doesn't matter because they're just going to run the ball around the edge, and a nice gain for Trey Smith. Notice we haven't seen Fahey much. We have not seen Fahey much in the second half. And just pretty simple give off the left side to Smith. First down.
You remember the Minnesota Vikings Robert Smith? I think this kid runs just like him.
Upright and deceptively fast. We'll go with that. Straight eye. There's Fahey, the fullback. And Ruat Ding in the slot left side. Snap, give, tailback Smith, decked. Excellent form tackle by, was that 4 or 44?
44.
That would be, once again, Mr. Caden Alexander. Approaching 1 minute left in the third. All Snohomish in the second half. Edmonds-Woodway being very deliberate. I mean, they are only down 2 scores. Play your game, hang around, and see what happens in the fourth. Major Gradwall is apparently okay. He's back out there to the right side of your screen. Straight eye behind Rust. Snap, play fake. Rolling out, pressure in his face, and sacked once again by Alexander.
We got a flag back there, too. You see what happened?
I did not see a penalty. I just saw he put the ball on his hip as he rolled, and that was a key. Everybody
Penalty
got
right
back to
there somewhere.
I think that might be on 57 in white. I think that was an illegal block. I don't think it was a crackback or anything, but I think Riley Johnson got him some. Because there were a lot of red shirts buzzing the tower.
Yeah, he's got the ball aimed at Ray.
And so they're going to walk this one off. Yeah, that's a personal foul. And I only saw it for a fraction of a second, but I think that's the right call. Now, I can't fault Johnson. I can't say, he got caught with his hand in the cookie jar or he targeted anybody or anything like that. There was just live fire, and he had to save his quarterback's bacon.
Man, did you see that ref? That was like a road trip.
Long walk. Second down and yes. Play fake. Rust looking down the field. Has a man! And that's going to be a first down and more. That's trouble. Out to the right side. Smith hesitates and taken down at about the 12. Making something out of nothing. Through the air, Rust finds Trey Smith in space, finds a hole in the zone.
Look at that.
And good job paying that one off by Smith. 13 seconds left in the third quarter, and new life for the Warriors.
I didn't see that pass coming out of him.
Nope.
I haven't seen like a pass like that all night out of Edmonds-Woodway.
Rust from the pistol now, and a false start on the offense.
Oh, my gosh.
Somebody forgot the cadence. No, they're going to call that one on the defense. That one is an answered prayer, I suppose, for the Warriors, and that should be it for quarter number 3. I don't know that anyone's noticed that yet. So are we going to go untimed down, or is that the end of the third? It is the end of the third quarter. 21-6. Snohomish with the lead, but Edmonds-Woodway trying to drive and do something here in the late stages of this one. Back after this on STSPN. Back here, rocking and rolling at Veterans Memorial Stadium. Amp Harrell, Todd Elvig, hanging out here with you. Tip of the cap to the guys in the truck. Taking care of business and showing the fans and the cheerleaders, and everybody's into this. But Edmonds-Woodway trying to get back into this. They led 6-0 at the end of the first half, and the Snohomish road grader got to work. But Edmonds-Woodway, after a big sack, they found a pass play, and it's 1st and goal from the 7.
Take that back. They can get one more first down there if they get it right there to the 2.
Oh. First down and looks like about 4 or 5.
I would say they need to hold on to the ball.
Rust on the keeper, starts left, spins right, and he is finally put down by a couple of defenders for Snohomish.
They lost a yard on that.
Braden Ulrich, the first man there. Bit of help from Oscar Adams.
I didn't like the way he was holding on to that ball.
You can tell there's a little bit of bad blood in this particular matchup, too. Those Panther players did not get up all that quickly off the quarterback for the other side. 21-6. Panthers with the lead. Rust from the pistol. Smith, Ginch right. Snap, play fake. Looking for Smith. Has it blocked up and runs out of field. Out of bounds. Pushed out by Ulrich and Maynard. Clock should have stopped there, I thought, as he went out of bounds, but we had 11 to play. Bend but don't break.
Yeah, he looked like he was out of bounds to me.
10:50, and the clock runs 4th quarter. Edmonds-Woodway needs this one in a hurry. Need it in a bad way.
Like I always say, though, we're a long ways away from the play.
Fair enough. And these eyes are not as great as they used to be. Straight eye behind Rust. 2-by-1 set. Snap. Play fake. That's trouble from the word go, and he is decked and taken down. Another QB sack lunch for Caden Alexander. That's 2 just in the last few minutes of game time.
Again, watch how he holds the ball here.
Yeah, loaf of bread instead of cradling it like a baby. And a nice judo flip from Alexander. 4th down. Did they call their last timeout?
That would not be smart.
No, it would not be.
Oh, 4th down, though. They want to talk about it. Because they've been losing. They've been going backwards.
Yeah. You get down to the 7, and you give up 4 yards. That is a tough spot to be in.
It's almost time for us to talk about our adrenaline fundraising player of the game.
Got a lot of good candidates for that, including the do-it-all quarterback for Snohomish, Cale Hammer.
We have to put a big shout out to David Wright there with adrenaline fundraising. He's been a good support for STSPN over the years. I know that he works really hard to get these teams and get the new technology out there so they can make money and buy all the latest equipment.
And got to take care of adrenaline fundraising. And if you need to raise funds for your school or religious organization or anything of that sort, adrenaline fundraising, I'm sure he'll take care of you. They've taken care of some teams and organizations that I've covered in the past. 4th and 11 officially. Actually, that's not true. 4th and 9 from the 11. 10-10 to go in the 4th. Straight eye. Snap and a play fake, and the fake does not work. Around the edge, going to take off himself. That is an illegal downfield pass that they're not going to call. He caught it out of bounds anyway, but there was a whole lot going wrong with that one, Mr. Elvig.
You see our Mr. 44 there?
Yeah. He is
him down.
Another candidate for the adrenaline fundraising player of the game.
He is.
And, of course, cannot forget about Mr. Joshua Vandergrind.
Vandergrind is kind of like an obvious choice.
Yes.
And there's probably no doubt that we'll give it to him
at some point this year.
At some point, because he does carry the team a lot of the time.
That was a 4th down stop. Turnover on downs. Hammer from his own 11. Sidecar and a give to the sidecar. That would be Vandergrind. Under 10 to play and the clock rolls.
Oh, yeah, that's a big mistake
21
there.
to
Come
6.
on, buddy.
I was trying to bail you out subtly.
You know what? Sometimes when we refresh the screen, it goes back to an old score.
Oh. 21 to 6. 9:30 and change.
My apologies.
Snap and a give. Vandergrind around the end, and he will run to some contact and get decked out of bounds. Trey Smith bowed him up. Uh-oh. Is that Vandergrind that's down on the sidelines?
It is.
He will roll over to his back and get checked out. I think that was just some hard contact, and he's going to take a breather, but they're going to give him a look on the sideline and send in Alexander. Caden Alexander. Go ahead.
I think that kind of completely changes the dynamic of the Snohomish offense.
Snap and a give Alexander straight into the pile. Ball comes loose. And I think Woodway has it. Well, you were prescient on that one. He just barreled into the brick wall, and Edmonds-Woodway back in business here. But remember, they stalled out after getting it inside the 7.
Look at that number 78. He came off the team. What kind of beef we got there?
6'1", 292.
Oh, boy.
And a nacho.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ryder Elton, and also can't forget Skylar Lloyd, 71, 6'2", 305.
Can you imagine how many trips they have to go to Costco to support this team?
I do love buying in bulk. I'm not quite to that level of size or fitness, for that matter, but bulk buying is good. Timeout on the field, 21 to 6. Panthers in front with 9:19 left in the 4th on STSPN.
McDaniel's Do-It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, they are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized Do-It-Best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
And back here at Snohomish High, Veterans Memorial Stadium. Talking about big men making big plays. There was a fantastic call on an NFL game. Said they already have the fridge, but maybe this is the freezer.
Exactly.
2-by-1 set. Snapping a play fake. Rust feels the heat. Lobs that one down. Pretty pass, but led his man by about 15 yards. I don't know if that was a miscommunication or if Smith was impeded.
I think he felt those two guys on the sides of him, and he just threw it.
Connor Johnson among those, buzzing the tower once again. Clock stop 9:14 left in the fourth. 21-6 Snohomish High.
There's enough time, but I just don't see Snohomish figuring it out. I mean, Woodway figuring it out here.
Yeah, if they're going to come back in this, they've got to get points here, preferably a touchdown. Ginch back left, 2-by-1 set, pistol set. Rust with a play fake again. Pressure comes, steps up, feels the pocket, lobs it downfield, has a man incomplete, and they're going to call.
That's going to hurt.
They're going to call the pass interference. I think that was 84 Ryan Stepp, the sophomore. He had some help, but he was kind of on an island. I didn't see the contact, and okay. Yeah, he tried to play through him. I don't love the call, but I'm not going to argue with it.
Usually if they're not looking back at the ball, they don't call it, but...
I mean, he just tried to play straight through him and shove him out of the way, so that's a costly penalty against the Panthers. 21-6 your score. And making sure I update everyone who may not be able to listen. From the pistol again.
You know, that's one thing that I complain about is it's not a legit place to get all the scores.
Dumped it off, and that's not Vandergrind. That's his counterpart on the other side, Ryan Fahey, the fullback, being a safety valve. Give lots of credit to the front seven, I suppose, for Snohomish. They are making life very difficult on anybody in the backfield for Edmonds-Woodway. But yeah, I got spoiled back in Tennessee. They had a site called Coach T, and it had just about every score in the state by the end of the night. 2-by-1 again, a hash mark right. 21-6. Edmonds-Woodway trailing, but looking to come back from the 19.
Oh,
ball comes loose on a bad snap, and he does the right thing and just sits on it. Rust falls down. The crowd applauds, but that was really the best thing he could have done. Because if he throws that thing up, it is center field. That's one of the reasons I think they went to the I set to avoid, well, mishandled snaps from the gun. And that's not a fault of anybody, quarterback or line or anything like that. When it's just wet, bad things can happen. Rain seems to have subsided or at least lessened. But it is still soaked out there. 3rd and 10 with 7:30 left. Actually, it's not 3rd and 10 at all. Drops back, looks, rolling, Rust, stiff arm to get free, and no, that's not going to work. Braden Ulrich, 6'1", 199, and he did exactly what you said earlier. He grabbed cloth. Grabbed cloth, set his hips, would not give ground, and it's 4th down and a lot.
Have to give a shout out to our friends over there at KRKO. I think they have one of the best post-game shows on the planet. Tom's got a group of guys that just figure those scores out, and they give you a really good update.
I believe we've got a couple of folks from KRKO listening, actually. Hi, Maury. Hi, Chuck. And a 4th and 25 from the 29. Nothing to do here but go for it, and that does not go well. They will actually lose about 2 yards on the scrum. Rust gets taken down by Caden Alexander, And the Panthers, well, with 6:24 left, rain kicking back up again because it heard me talking about it. I'm not saying it's over, but it's going to take a bad mistake from Snohomish to put the Warriors back in this thing.
And we still don't see Vandergrind out there.
No, you're right. He got dinged up on the sidelines. His last offensive play. On the hip is Caden Alexander. Snap and a give. Alexander hanging on to the tater this time. Get it down to around the 35, so a gain of about 2.5.
I think that's smart, though, because, you know, he's their marquee player, and why use him if you think you can chew up the clock?
6 minutes exactly, and the clock runs. 21-6, Snohomish High. Rocket motion, and some misdirection as the quarterback will keep it himself, Cale Hammer. Man, give an attaboy to the beef up front for the Panthers. Skylar Lloyd and Ryder Elton. And I think I just saw Lane Watkins up front. He's the left tackle. Nope, excuse me. That is Ryder Elton that's the left tackle. 3rd and 7 from the 35. 5:17 left in the fourth. Screen, near side, blocked well, and the ball came loose again. And that is all Edmonds-Woodway as Major Gradwall picks up the loose ball. Mason Orgill on the screen, and it was a thing of beauty until that squirted free. And I don't know if the Edmonds-Woodway defender got a hand on it or if that was just a wet ball.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm looking at that, and I'm thinking to myself that he was protecting himself from the fall. And sometimes you kind of lose track of the ball when you're trying to
not get hurt.
That's exactly right.
Riley Johnson among those up front for Edmonds-Woodway. Nicholas Arico as well. Jacob Sanchez Arias. That's worth noting. Out of our field of view, helped off the field, actually walking off under his own power, but Trey Smith was dinged up. That was why they were holding up the play. Trey Smith, number 6 for Edmonds-Woodway. Without him out there, that makes it even harder for the Warriors to gain ground. 5:08 left in regulation, down 21-6. Rust, play fake. Slings that one complete for a gain of about 7. Ball comes loose, but after the play was already over. Major Gradwall.
That was a good grab for this kind of weather.
Yeah, he went up and secured it, and I believe that was Connor Johnson supplying the lick. 2nd and 2. From the 44, 4:40 and the clock rolls. Edmonds-Woodway got to get on the horse if they want to come back. Straight drop, looks, pressure comes, hit as he throws. Wounded duck falls dead. Alexander again. They may have to declare him as an eligible running back or receiver for Edmonds-Woodway. He spent that much time in the backfield. Sub will check in for the Panthers. Andrew Siemens. He's on to replace Connor Johnson in this big clutch situation. I also see Ezekiel Neubauer out there. 4:31 and the clock stopped. Fourth quarter. 3rd and 2. Looped it out left side. Caught, but not enough for Aaron Barraza.
You know, I think that the idea is correct on a couple of those plays, but they're just taking too long to develop.
Trying to set up like a bubble screen to the outside or something like that, or get the lateral movement to work against the Panthers.
But just slow.
Yeah, very slow, very meticulous. And there's too much team speed for the Panthers. Play fake, looks, pressure, pocket holds, has a man down there. Pass is caught, and that's a touchdown for the Warriors. Falling down in the dark and coming up with Cole. What a play to Jacob Sanchez Arias. And again, the pocket held just long enough, and he put it exactly where the receiver could catch it. Sanchez Arias beat Kyle Hansen, and you just put that on the outside shoulder and make a player make a play.
Now, you know they're going to go for 2 here because it doesn't really matter one way or the other.
They're going to have to get a 2-pointer at some point. After the first 2-point try was no good. This time they go with a straight eye, no misdirection. Under center, Alec Rust. Snap, give, and
they got it.
Into the end zone for 2, Aaron Barraza. And folks, we've got ourselves a ball game here. 3:53 left in quarter number 4. 21-14 Panthers with the lead, but Edmonds-Woodway trying to come back on the road on STSPN.
The Scott and Tim Sports Show. They're a long-time play-by-play and color. They have their own little sports show. It's usually fairly entertaining.
I would hope so. What's also entertaining is this ball game here. Edmonds-Woodway will not go away.
And they're making it interesting.
Well, 2 points. One is that I did say the game was effectively over unless you had a costly mistake by the Panthers, and you had a costly mistake by the Panthers. Another thing that we realized in the break, this is where you need your big hoss. This is where you need Josh Vandergrind. And after getting nicked up on the sidelines, we haven't seen him. Is he back there to receive?
I think he is.
That's going to be a big difference maker for Snohomish as they try and salt this one away with just under 4 to play. And a timeout for the Panthers. Let's keep it here because, first of all, we don't want to miss anything. And second of all, they want to go over exactly what they want to do. Get the football. Take care of the football. Do not turn it over and just try to grind clock as the rain continues to sheet down on the far side.
I have to give a quick shout out to American Family in Monroe, Sally Petty. She takes care of all of our insurance. Of course, we have to have some because if we say something accidental.
Well, would that ever happen? Well, if it does, we are covered. American Family Insurance, all your protection under one roof. And she is in Monroe, but I'm sure she can help folks all over our viewing area.
Yes, she can.
21-14. Snohomish Panthers watching out for a possible onside or squib kick with under 4 to play. Edmonds-Woodway, they've played well when it counted. They've had their lulls for a decent chunk of this game, though. And they will put it on the ground, and it goes behind the kicking team. And it did not travel 10 yards, so they were wise to not touch it. So that is going to be Snohomish football. That was awkward.
Yeah, I don't like that at all.
I mean, they were wise to not touch it and make it a live football and give it away to the Panthers, but now Snohomish is 49 yards away from putting this game perhaps on ice with 3:53 left. Amp Harrell, Todd Elvig on the call.
And Vandergrind is not out there.
Snap and a give, and nothing doing. Caden Alexander just stick his nose in there and come away wanting. 3:36 and the clock runs. Fourth quarter, 21-14. 3:26 and counting. They're going to use every bit of that play clock.
You know what I like about Pop Kenny was they have the clock in the end zone for each team to see, so they can just watch the seconds tick down.
As opposed to just watching the official and seeing when he gives you the 5 seconds. And now, what have we got? A timeout? And that will be the last timeout of the game. So the Panthers will take one. We'll take one more stoppage here. It's 21-14 on STSPN.
Hot summers in Snohomish County lead to homeowners taking steps earlier each year to keep their home comfortable. If you're thinking about air conditioning for your home, now is the perfect time. Air conditioning costs hundreds less when installed with a new furnace. If you're unsure about the age or dependability of your home comfort system, our consultants will help you determine the best solution. Our experienced technicians make sure our customers are comfortable by keeping their heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical systems working well. But we believe comfort is more than that. We want you to have a comfortable buying experience, to be comfortable with our technicians working in your home, and on top of that, getting a value you're comfortable with.
Back here on STSPN, 2nd down and 10 from the 50. 2nd down and 11 from the 50 with 3:06 left. And now, going from that unique pro set with 3 backs around him, snap and a give to Alexander, and he'll bang ahead for a few. You wanted to give a shout out there, Mr. Elvig.
Yeah, I'm thinking that Lance Southard and company are pretty happy with the production of. What's his name down there?
Oh, it's Wyatt Doran. Sorry. Got me into my phone. Wyatt Doran, yeah, he's had himself a solid game for the Panthers, and he's out there as a split end to the left. Pistol with a back either side as well. Snap and a give to the tailback. Alexander will surge forward. He is met in the hole and dropped backwards. That is Liam Fitting and Kamari Simpkins.
I think there could have been a flag there because right here at the end, watch this, right?
Oh, the little extra
extra
from Simpkins? Yeah.
It is football.
It is football. Doran looks to the sidelines for the call on a 4th down and 8.5. 1:50 left. So this is where you pin them back deep or you take a shot, either one. And now whistle stopping play, but nobody's got any timeouts. Delay a game. Okay, I don't hate that call. So now drifting back, Cale Hammer. And a little personnel change as well. Notice Edmonds-Woodway not panicking. Hands on hips. Just patiently waiting for their opportunity.
They got to be tired.
They've got to be tired. They have had a long game and a physical game, but they cannot break here. From the gun, sidecar left. And the quick kick. The pooch punt. And it's a beaut, but it may go into the end zone. No, it does not. Oh,
yes,
but
it does.
It does off the contact. Are they going to say it was dead where they touched it? Yeah. They're going to say it was dead where he touched it, which means it's down at the 2.
Is that right?
I think it is, because it wouldn't make sense to allow them to secure it in the end zone, because that would be advancing it closer to the goal line.
Yeah, but I thought they had to secure it on the ground. They couldn't just help it through.
I thought it was dead where it was touched. And no, they're going to say touchback. Okay, so you are correct in this regard.
Not that I know anything. I'm just saying it seemed not correct.
I thought it was dead where they touched it because they could just bat it closer to the pylon and just roll it down further. but either way, touchback. Fans are not happy, but can you blame them? There are a lot of Snohomish fans.
Yeah, imagine that.
Hey, the Seattle Storm get a win over the Phoenix Mercury, 94-85. Storm were trying to secure a 4th seed in the postseason, WNBA playoffs. 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. Under center is Rust for Edmonds-Woodway. Oh, excuse me, from the gun, Rust. And a toss outside to Ingram, breaking tackles and angles to the sideline. He gets his first down. Mr. Todd Elvig, we got to be careful here. 21-14 and a first down for Woodway. And Ingram taking care of the ball and powering his way forward. Coaches are fired up.
Again, I think that the dynamic without having Vandergrind in the backfield, because, he can chase anybody down.
That is true. He's a two-way player. 1-score game here. From the gun, Rust. Low snap, has to pick it up. Has to do something with it, improvising, running to his left, ducks his head, and he is taken down just across the line of scrimmage. Excellent work by Gavin Maynard. But Rust just continues to improvise as things just keep rolling around.
Well, he got the clock stopped.
Good point on that one. 2nd down, and we'll call it 11 from around the 33. A minute 11 left. 2nd and 10. 1 by 3. Passing all the way, it would appear. Play fake. Looks, feels backside pressure, heaves up a duck. And is that going to be picked off? No, it's incomplete. 3 red shirts there, guarding and buzzing around Ruat Ding. So it'll bring up 3rd down and 11 with a minute 3 left. 1-score ball game.
I like 44.
44 for Edmonds-Woodway? Or
no, for Snohomish.
That is Caden Alexander once again.
I think he just seems like he's everywhere, and he's just been kind of a clutch guy.
He's also been the running back with Vandergrind out. Minute 3 left in regulation. Rust, good clean snap. Pressure comes. There he is, setting up the screen, and it's just not going to work. He will fall forward for a gain of about 3, which is definitely making something out of nothing. But Alexander, we called his name and very nearly called his number. 4th down and 9 with 40 seconds and the clock runs. No way to stop it here. Rust drops, looks, feels pressure in his face, lobs that one up, has a man incomplete. Penalty marker down though.
Oh my.
They are going to get a pass interference call on Kyle Hansen. Bang, bang play. But that is going to be the prayer that is answered for this Edmonds-Woodway team. Pressure in his face. There's the lob. And I do not think so. I do not think so. I think that Hansen played that about as well as you can. 30 seconds left, and it's a 1st and 10 for Edmonds-Woodway, needing just a score.
Well, what we couldn't see was maybe there was a hand on the back.
That's fair. Pistol set for Rust. Ingram behind him. 3 to the near side, 1 to the far side. Straight drop, bull rush. Shifts the pocket to the left. Lobs down there, incomplete. Had a man. Jacob Sanchez Arias. Nothing doing. 24 seconds left. This is be careful country for the Panthers. Doran in the secondary. Linebacking core includes Alexander and Ulrich. Clock stopped, 24 seconds left.
Crowd's in it.
21-14. Edmonds-Woodway looking to come back on the road. Rust drops, looks, dumps it off on a screen left side, and gets a full head of steam, gets the first down. That will stop the clock briefly. Edmonds-Woodway going to have to clock it here as they get it across to the 36. 13 seconds left. And he will clock it. 8 seconds left. Man, that took a little longer than you want if you're the Warriors. Nothing riding on this one but the game. You got 1, maybe 2 plays if you're lucky. But for what it's worth, the Warriors have been quite lucky in this game when it's counted.
That is correct.
Panthers will sub. Looks like Manny Flores will check out. 8 seconds left from the 36. Edmonds-Woodway looking to tie this thing up with 8 seconds left. Rust. One-man rush. Lobs it left side. 1-on-2. Some contact. Did he make that catch? Oh, my goodness. But that'll do it. That'll do it. Used up all 8 seconds. He made the catch, but Edmonds-Woodway is going to come up about 6 yards short. No, about 4 yards short. And he caught it right on the sideline, maybe out of bounds. Excellent effort by Jacob Sanchez Arias, but it is 4-0 as the Panthers of Snohomish. They bend, but they do not break. Your final score, 21-14. Do we need to take a break to discuss our player of the game, my friend? We will step aside for a break. Snohomish gets the big win. We'll have our Adrenaline Fundraising Player of the Game when we return on STSPN.
It's like
Hey, Martin, fine. 44.
Going around town, trying to get down.
I like how that wasn't even a discussion. I love the linebacker, the lineman or the linebacker, wherever they put him, the backup running back.
Okay, here we go.
And back here on STSPN, 21-14, your final. Any thoughts on this one, Mr. Elvig, before we award our player of the game?
You know, I think that Snohomish played a good game. I think they could have done a couple of things different, but they bent and did not break.
And give a tip of the cap to Edmonds-Woodway for the way they fought and clawed. But as he makes his way through the handshake line, you can see about 2/3 of the way on your screen, 44 is a pretty clear choice for our Adrenaline Fundraising Player of the Game, as that would be, of course, Mr. Caden Alexander, 6'2", $190, linebacker, and running back. He's listed as a wide receiver, but he played running back and just a junior. But just an outstanding game. He practically lived in the backfield when playing defense. That's hard to do. But he also came in when the lead tailback in Vandergrind was dinged up and did his best to take care of the football, get yards, and keep the clock moving. So an outstanding game for our Adrenaline Fundraising Player of the Game, Caden Alexander. And as you pointed out, it was bend but not break for Snohomish. They trailed 6-0 at the half. Let's not forget that. Trailed 6-0 at the half and came back with 21 unanswered. They gave up a score relatively late, and it was still anybody's ball game in the final minute of this thing. But Snohomish did just enough to get it done. Honorable mentions, by the way, for the Snohomish Panthers for player of the game include Vandergrind, of course, and quarterback, kicker, and punter Cale Hammer. Mason Orgill was pretty much everywhere. And want to give another shout out to Braden Ulrich and Manny Flores. They played well also on the defensive line. So a lot of attaboys, but really the player of the game, you got to give the nod to big number 44, Caden Alexander. Now, as we wrap things up here, Mr. Todd Elvig, where will you be next week? That's one of the things I want to know. I do love the announcement.
We'll be right back here Now, I should know what that game is, but
we'll be back here covering for the home side either way.
that is, I believe that it's Glacier Peak and Marysville Pilchuck.
Sounds good to me. Well, that will
Who's
do
going to
it.
be yelling at us? Somebody's going to be yelling at us.
Oh, I'm sure someone will be yelling at us, but that just kind of comes with the trade. I know that one of our proud supporters is trying to get officials. They get yelled at for a living, and also call a game while they're at it. Well, I think it's time to recognize the folks in the truck and head home. Our talented camera crew, our statisticians, and our telephonic systems comptroller as well, Mr. John Smith, doing a fantastic job, and everybody back at Network Control. Did I leave anybody out?
I don't think you left anybody out. I think that this was a great game. It wound up being a kind of a nail-biter right there at the last second, and that's what we like.
I'll call it an ugly instant classic. But for Todd Elvig, for the camera crew, and for everybody back at Network Control, your final score, Snohomish Panthers 21, Edmonds-Woodway Warriors 14. That'll do it for STSPN. We'll see you next time at the game.
All right, we're good, Mark. I called them. I don't know what their deal was. They couldn't even log into my account. So I don't know if they're having server problems or what, but. Player of the game, senior libero Lauren Riskill.